What's poppin'? We're living the dream. Good morning, good morning. Bonnie, Jeffrey, the drill, Michael. Let's go. Fast Joey. Rob asking about predictions today. Well, the great thing about trading is we don't have to predict. All we got to do is just trade the action, my friend. Right now, we're stuck below the VWAP. We had news overnight that maybe some more banks are in trouble. I think that could cause some pressure in the market today, some selling. We saw that the other day. What was it, on Monday? When we had news about banks having trouble. The overall market tanked at open. So kind of recovered overnight, but still not really at a bullish level. I would say for the ES to be bullish, we got to get like back above, I'd say like 4,015, 25, 23, 20 area. This 4,100 area is definitely not a bullish area. Right now, stuck below the VWAP here on the ES right now. So here we are. Good morning, good morning. Kyle. Who's else? Who else is in here? Let me get some GMs up in here. If you guys haven't hit that like button, you know what to do. It's free to like. Like it, 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 like it. We got Arnold. We got Janky Joe. Janky Joe. What's up, dude? What's up, Janky Joe? Janky Joe in the house. Mario. We got the whole fam. Got the whole fam up in here. It's pretty cool to see the same people coming into the stream pretty much every day. You guys got, I know you got other choices. There's other people to watch. There's other places to go, other things to do, but you choose to hang out here with me and Sage and the whole crew. So let's make some money today. Let's make some money. Leo Hernandez. Good morning. Good morning. GM. You know, it's funny. This is actually kind of a funny story. When I first started trading, you know, like literally when I first started trading, this, I love this story actually. When I first started trading, I was like, I think I was in a Discord or somewhere, and maybe like, yeah, it was like a Discord or some chat room when I first started trading. This is back in like 2017, right? And when every morning people would like write in the Discord, they'd be like GM, 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 and I'd be like, fuck, is GM going up? Is GM going up? Like, is that the stock we're supposed to be trading right now? And then I found out that that's actually good morning. Yes, I was that oblivious to the fact. Remember 2017, man, it was back before live streaming and all that stuff. But I swear I would be like, everyone would be typing GM, and I'd be like, oh, GM's going up. Like, and I look at the stock, I'm like, it's not moving. It's actually not going up. What are you talking about? General Motors? General Motors isn't moving. Why you guys keep talking about General Motors? It's not moving. What are you talking about? The good old days. Back in the day when it cost $24 to place a trade. I remember entering a trade and being like, I have to make at least $24 on this trade to even break even. So literally every trade that you entered, you were already in the red. Like no matter what, like even if you entered at the exact bottom, you still like the market had to move up for you to even break even. So the good old days of trading with high commissions. And yeah, I was back. I remember when Robinhood first came out, and I was on the wait list for Robinhood, and it was like free commissions. Oh my gosh, it was mind blowing. The idea of free commissions, I thought it was so cool. I was like, wait, I can just buy like one share every 5 minutes with no commissions, right? I could just buy one share and just keep averaging down. No commissions. Who cares? I just keep buying, and finally it'll go back up. And yeah, that strategy did not work either. I had a lot of really bad strategies when I first started trading. I would just like literally get on, I think like I have E-Trade back then. I had E-Trade, and basically I'd look and be like, oh, this stock is up 1% this morning, so I'm just going to buy this stock and hold it, thinking it was going to go higher. It was pretty much just like the idea of just buying any stock that was green. Yeah. What was the worst idea? Buying a stock that was going bankrupt. This could have, honestly, this is probably my best story of my whole trading career in terms of being a total beginner idiot. When I first started trading, when Robinhood first came out, there was no pre-market. You could not trade pre-market on Robinhood. So what would happen is if you owned a stock overnight in pre-market, it would go up, like it would gap up. You couldn't sell it. So you're just sitting there waiting for the market to open. And every single time it would gap up and then it would start crashing down like right before the bell. And you were just sitting there. You're just like, come on, waiting for the bell to open. You're like, sell. And you would try so hard to sell it. And then you end up selling it for like a loss, or you end up selling it for like a very small profit, because like these stocks would gap up overnight and you'd have these big, you know, one time I bought this company. It was called SunEdison. I don't know if you guys remember SunEdison. This is probably like 2000, maybe 18. And I had like 30,000 shares of SunEdison. It was a penny stock. They were going to go bankrupt. And I think I got in at like 17, 18 cents. And that morning, pre-market, the stock had news that possibly they weren't going to go bankrupt. Who knows? And the stock went to like 90 cents. And I was up like $40,000, like literally $40,000 on this one trade that I invested like $8,000 in. And I was literally just screaming and yelling because basically it went up to like 90 cents. And then at like 9 o'clock, it just started going down. It was like 90, 70, 80, or like 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30. And then by the time by the time the market opened, it was literally back at my entry. So I went from being up $40,000 on this trade to basically getting out for, I didn't even get out actually. I ended up holding through the rest of the day because I thought it might go back up, but it never went back up. That was, yeah. Thank you, Robinhood. Thank you very much. Robinhood, you're the best. I love you. You cost me $40,000 on that one. Because you could not trade pre-market on Robinhood when it first came out. And it was a total, you can trade pre-market now on Robinhood, yeah. It was a total fiasco. I was crying. I was literally like crying myself. Like, oh my God. To see myself being up $40,000 and wanting to sell so badly, but I could not sell because they wouldn't allow me to sell. And I'm just sitting there just staring at 40,000 turning into 30, 30,000 turning into 10, and then basically just back to break even. Yeah. That was definitely a fun learning lesson. They always say that you pay your tuition. I definitely paid my tuition when it came to Robinhood. I remember one time with Robinhood, I bought a stock, and the stock, it was like, it got halted, and the stock opened up like $3 higher, and I was up like $6,000, $7,000, and I'm like super excited. I'm like, yeah. And I go to sell, and Robinhood's frozen. Robinhood would not sell. Like I'm sitting there like trying to sell. The market's open, everything's fine, and I'm trying to sell, can't sell. So then I call Robinhood. I'm like, guys, and like they put you on hold for like 30 minutes. By the time that I finally got someone to be able to sell for me, they were like, okay, we executed your order, we sold. And I'm like, yeah, you sold for what I bought it for. I was back at break even. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, Robinhood. Gotta love it. Back in the good old days. Back when I thought you could get rich trading on Robinhood. And all I ever did was got poor. Robinhood did not steal from the rich and give to the poor. They basically stole from the poor and sold to the rich. Yeah, it was, I still have nightmares sometimes. I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh God, Robinhood, are you? Oh no, not Robinhood again. All right, let's get into the charts here. That was a little fun little trip down memory lane here. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, help me out, blow up that like. We got 500 people watching. We got 100 likes here on the stream. Right now, look at that VWAP holding us down, 4,100 on the ES. The VWAP just basically sitting there right now, and we cannot get through it. So I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign or what that sign means, but right now, just stuck at that level. It's funny because I don't know how they do this. How does the market do this? I'm still confused how the market possibly does this, but somehow, if you look right now, the NASDAQ is stuck at the 13,100, right? So the NASDAQ stuck here at 13,100. The ES is stuck at 4,100. Like, how are they both at 100 right now? I just don't understand how that works. If that right there doesn't prove the market's not rigged, I don't know what does. Like, somebody's out there just like, hey, let's get the NASDAQ and the ES both to 100. 4,100 on the ES, 13,100 on the NASDAQ. Like, how is that? How is that possible that those two indexes are literally both at 100 right now? Yeah, I survived, Bonnie. You know, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. And trust me, Robinhood definitely made me stronger. I remember, like, yeah, it was Robinhood. I still have chills. Still have chills for how bad it was. So we're getting tighter and tighter. I would say that if we can get above the VWAP here, we start moving up maybe to the 10 level on the ES right now, but we're just sitting back waiting and watching. We have no numbers today, or at least no numbers between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock today. So that's kind of a nice, you know, we've had, I feel like I don't know, we've had I just feel like we're always having numbers at like 9:45, 10 a.m. So you just like, I hate that. I hate when they have those numbers. Like, I hate when they have 9:45 numbers and 10 a.m. numbers. So you're like, well, you might as well just not trade till after 10 a.m. Because you know, like that first 15 minutes is going to be chopped, waiting for that 9:45 number, and then the 9:45 to 10 a.m. is going to be chopped. So you're just like, when I see that there's numbers at 9:45 and 10 a.m., it's like, why even trade it? I'm actually working on a new video right now too. I've been kind of doing some back testing on like the idea of, you know, that first 15-minute candle and trading the break of that first 15-minute candle, or sometimes waiting for that opening range, that first 15-minute candle, and then looking for a breakout. Like today, or let's look at like yesterday. I can show you kind of what I'm talking about here. It doesn't always work perfectly. Like, it's not like no strategy is bulletproof, but kind of in the bigger picture, I think it gives you a pretty good idea, or at least like a safety net of like what you don't want to be doing, you know? So here's like that first candle, 9:45 on, this was yesterday on Wednesday. So you can see basically the opening range here on that first 15-minute candle. This is by no means a new idea as well, by the way. This is not like me I'm not going to claim that I invented this concept by any means, but just kind of, I've been more kind of not focused, but more aware of that first 15-minute candle, where we are and things like that. So, that first 15-minute candle is basically range from like 154 to the 42s. So what we're looking for is either, a break to the upside or a break to the downside based on that first 15-minute candle. And you can see this candle right here opened actually at 49, a little pop up there to the 53s. It pulled back and then closed down here. So it broke below, it closed, and then kind of made that big move down. You can see definitely a little choppy there. But in general, it just gives you kind of an idea that you're on the right side of the move. Like, I don't want to be getting long when that 15-minute candle is either inside of that opening 15-minute candle, that range there, or kind of below. I'm trying to stay out of that first 15 minutes. Like, I've been kind of looking at my stats and looking at my overall like trades, and I'm like, I think I can, there's days where I can obviously make money in that first 15 minutes, but like, I think consistently it's a better play, at least for like really maximizing profit, to wait for that first kind of 15-minute move. See, but the thing is too, is the way you can play this, it's also based on like the pre-market move. Like, let's say you get this kind of pre-market channel right here. That's about what, 30 minutes, about 30 minutes or so. So like, you get these three candles right here kind of creating that little channel, or four candles actually. And then at open, we break the upside. That's one way to kind of play it. So you're looking kind of at the pre-market move as well. But I think there's definitely nothing wrong with kind of letting that first 15-minute candle form and then looking to take a trade afterwards. So we'll see how it plays out today. Let's see right now. Let's look at the kind of pre-market action here on the 15-minute chart and get an idea kind of what we're looking at here. I would say, yeah, I mean, that's kind of a good idea here to look at, with the VWAP being there at the 4,100. If we can get above that 4,100 area, you're looking for that push up, to the 10s from there. But we'll kind of see. I'd say there's definitely kind of just choppy action here, kind of pre-market. I definitely don't love this. Look at these 15-minute candles. Since 3:30 this morning, they've been pretty choppy and wicky looking. I don't know. That looks pretty just kind of wicky and choppy to me. So if we get above that VWAP here at open, we'll see kind of what happens from there. Like I said earlier, we're kind of looking, we need to push kind of back above this 20 level really to get excited for the bulls. I don't want to like go into today with any kind of bias, but we do know that there is some drama with some more banks. You know, we sold down overnight because of that bank news with the Pacific West or whatever it is. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. The low so far, 75 here. We have a pivot point at the 79s on the ES, and we got a pivot point at the 123s. We got an order block up there at the 12 area, 15 to 12, 15 area there. And then after that, there's a big fair value gap on the 15-minute chart all the way up there to the 35. So kind of there's a fair value gap into this area here. So we'll kind of see how that all plays out. And if we look, let's look at the SPY right now and see what we got going on with the SPY in terms of levels. On the SPY right now, we got pivot points on the SPY here. The SPY pulling back, filling that gap from the overnight. We had a little gap up and then we filled that gap. So we closed yesterday at the 407. So we're actually kind of like, we filled that gap on the SPY and then kind of maybe possibly push up to that 407.60 area to really kind of do that. I don't know. So on the SPY right now, we got that little trend. I like to look at the SPY sometimes for the pre-market action to get a better idea of like what actually is going on, because sometimes futures can be a little hit or miss for the overnight action, where the SPY, you know, it's not trading all night. It's more focused on like the actual market hours. So if we get this breakout here on the SPY right now, I think we're, you know, possible move up, but if not, obviously it's looking pretty bearish here. So kind of looking bull flaggy right now, but also nah, you know, we got the pivot point down there at the 406s, pivot point on the SPY at the 409.89s. And like I said, just sitting back, being patient. And all I need is one good trade every day. Just one easy, good trade, my friends. Like, I tell myself that all the time. Like, Patrick, if you look at like my best days, my best profit days are always just the days where I just like, I sit back and I just wait for that really good setup. I take that really good setup. I make my profit. Maybe I take another trade. But the thing is, like, if you're constantly just always trying to jump in and out, in and out, in and out, and you're just like, you become like, you start just like chasing the price action, it's really hard to maximize profit if you're constantly just in and out and in and out, and you're like not really trying to wait for a good setup. You're just focused so much on like placing trades more than actually like waiting for a good setup. It's like, I'd rather wait for a good setup and then take a good trade, or, you know, wait for the market to really get hot. Like on Monday, you know, Monday is a perfect example of that. Like on Monday, you're like, oh, or is it Tuesday? Yeah, it was Tuesday. Sorry, Tuesday, when we had that huge sell-off, like that huge sell-off like that, that's a day where you're like, hey, I want to enter my trade at open and I want to ride that momentum for 100 points or 50 points, whatever it was, you know? So it's really about just kind of waiting for that perfect setup. And that way, once you're on the right side of the trend, once you're on the right side of the market, it makes it so much easier. But if you're like, you know, first thing at open, you're like, I'm going to short, and then the market goes against you, and then you're like, I'm going to short again. Like, I see that happening, and I know how that is, right? Like, if you end up trying to basically, like, you miss out on that first move, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm not going to get long now. I'm going to short it again. And then you end up shorting it again. It goes higher. Now you're like 2 trades, you know, bang, bang, bang. And is this today, Chaz? Yeah, it's today. This is pre-recorded, Chaz. I'm from the future. Hello, Thursday morning. Oh God, I'm from the future. Pre-recorded. I like to pre-record all my live streams the day before, and then just pretend that it's actually Thursday. It's actually Wednesday right now, but little do you guys know. Oh man, here we go. We got about 10 minutes here. That 4,100 area is going to be at that key level here on the ES right now. Hey, I will never deny the fact that I have done every dumb possible plan and idea that when it comes to trading. Every get rich scheme there is when it comes to trading, I've done them all. You know, buying crazy options way out of the money, buying some crazy penny stock that's going to go bankrupt. You know, just I've done every possible scheme there is in terms of like trying to get rich trading, and not one of them worked. So what I learned there is no matter what, you're not going to get rich off of one trade. You're not going to get rich off of 1 week of trading. You might have one good week. Like I've had plenty of like really big days trading options, but then I end up giving back all that profit like the next few days. So it's like maybe I make $10,000 trading options in one day, and then the next day I lose 3,000. The next day I lose 3,000. The next day I lose 3,000. So it's, I don't know. I feel like sometimes having those really big days almost are worse than just like, I'd rather consistently just have $3,000 days for an entire week instead of like trying to hit that home run trade and then trying to like always be hitting home run trades. Like there's a reason that the guys who only hit home runs are famous for only hitting home runs. You know, like that's what they do. They hit home runs, but they're not like every time they go out to hit a baseball, they're not like every time just crushing it. They either strike out or they hit a home run. But the guy that like constantly gets on base, I don't know if you guys have seen Moneyball, but the guy that gets on base every time, like he's way more important for the team, because that's the guy like, hey, we got to get people on base. We need you to hit and get on base. We don't care if you hit a home run. We just want you to get on base. We need to score. We need to score, right? Consistency, my friends. Consistency. Goes around, goes around, goes around, goes around. I would say poker is probably a better card game to compare, because you know with poker, with 5-card draw, Texas, whatever you call it, Texas Hold'em, whatever you know, poker game you play, poker has like a set basically statistics of like every hand that you can get, you know exactly what is the probability that hand is going to be the best hand. So obviously there's always a chance you lose still, but I would say that poker probably is like the closest thing to day trading, because the same thing with our strategy. Like if we know that every time we break above the VWAP, there's a good chance of reversal. If we know that the VWAP is an area of resistance, it's giving us a strategy to move those odds in our favor. No matter what, it's still a random outcome, right? Like we don't know for sure if the market's going to go up or go down, but we can look and be like, hey, every time we bounce off the VWAP, we move up 5 points. Every time we break through the VWAP, we go up 5 points. Every time we get stuck at the VWAP, we pull back. So you can start to add on these strategies that create a strategic, you know, moving the odds in your favor. The percentages. It's all about moving those percentages. But right now, market pulling back here into open right now. VWAP 3 times touching that VWAP there, getting stuck. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick here. I woke up this morning at 5 a.m. And I went to the gym and just walked on the treadmill, 15% incline for like 3 miles, over 600 calories. Oh, talk about people think like, oh, you know, walk on the treadmill, that's easy. No, go walk on the treadmill at 15% incline, 3 miles an hour, and do it for an hour straight. You will be sweating your ass off, burning it up, baby. Right now, the market pulling back here below the VWAP, 21 EMA, the ES pulling back, the NASDAQ pulling back here into open. Let's go. We got about 5 more minutes here. 5 more minutes. 5 minutes. Who cares, Patrick? Hey, Rob. Fuck you. You're out of here forever. Just ban Rob for life. That's why. Take your $5 and shove it up your ass, Rob. That's who cares. God. What a stupid comment. Wow. That really worked out great for you, bro. Who won? Who's the winner now? Damn. Damn, how sad is that? He paid $5 and he got banned. Ooh, ouch. You think I care about your $5 membership, Rob? Oh. Oof. The only reason we do the $5 membership is just to keep the trolls that can't afford $5 a month from trolling. And then when the guy that pays $5 a month trolls, he's out too. So, ouch. That's what I mean. People aren't going to pay $5 to troll. Now he's probably going to email Topstep and be like, Patrick is the worst person for you guys to partner with. I can't believe you work with him. I can't believe it. That's what I've had people do. They email Topstep and they're like, you should not work with Patrick. He's disgraceful. He cusses too much. He banned me from his chat. Literally, some guy got mad and emailed Topstep because I banned him from the chat. I apologize that, you know, the last time I checked, this live stream's free. You got lots of other options. So you don't want to watch this live stream, don't watch it. Go somewhere else. But the fact that someone's gonna literally come in here and talk shit and then get banned and then go email Topstep and then say that I'm a terrible person because I banned them for talking shit in the chat. I mean, this is not this is not the, you know, this is the USA, but this is not there is no freedom of speech on this live stream, people. This is no freedom of speech. You don't have a Second Amendment. What is it? What is the freedom of speech? Second Amendment or First Amendment? I should probably know that. No, Second Amendment's holding guns. You can hold guns in here. First Amendment. Sorry. Yeah. First Amendment. You can have all the guns you want up in here, but you can't. You have no freedom of speech in this live stream. I apologize. This is not America. This is not a democracy. It's a dictatorship, baby. Welcome to Russia. This is the Russia of live streams. I'm Putin. Sprechen die Deutsch. That's German, not Russian, by the way. I don't know Russian, but it just seemed like the right time to say it. Oh, man. North Korea. This is the North Korea live stream. I need an energy drink. The funny part is Rob is sitting there right now just so mad. What? How do I get back at him? How can I I can't even comment. That's the best part. I gotta be careful. Someone's gonna come shoot me one day. I gotta be careful. If I ever get murdered, you know that's why. It was a YouTube commenter from the live stream. It murdered me. Hopefully you guys would have a big memorial for me. At least the 20 people that watched the live stream. Please have a big memorial for me. Here we go. Market is open for business. Let's go. Pushing back up here to the VWAP right now. VWAP at the 100, 4100 here. And we got no numbers today. No numbers. 9:45 number. No 10 a.m. numbers. So it's just pure price action. Let's see how we go. You can be anything. Right now, the ES stuck here. A lot of liquidity sitting there at the 4100s for now on the book map. That 96.50 area resistance. $94 support here. The NASDAQ selling off, the ES selling off here. And pushing back up there, chopping around right now, 96s. They got to get back above the hundreds here. VWAP at the 4100s up there. The ES and the NASDAQ trying to make something happen here. Right now that 21 EMA trying to hold up, but just can't get moving through there. Got to get above that VWAP to get bullish here at least. NASDAQ selling off here. ES holding up right now there at the 95s. $92, $93 support there. NASDAQ dumping. ES probably going to dump through here now. That 90 down there looking tasty on the book map right now. Will they bring it down to the 90s? The NASDAQ dumping. ES holding up right now. And the chop is real here, my friends. The chop is very real. NASDAQ just bounced off of, I think, the low from yesterday. No real direction right now. Still just chopping here. No real reason to do anything until we figure out where we want to go. We got to get above. The bulls got to get above the VWAP. The NASDAQ needs to push up here. The ES having trouble right now. Just cannot get through there. No real move yet. If we get below 93, I think we'll start selling down here. Still just holding there, the 93, 94s. The NASDAQ trying to push back up. The ES trying to push up here. Need to get right through that hundreds, though. Don't want to get stuck there at the VWAP for too long. Need to push, push, push through that 98. Get through the hundreds next. On that book map right now, you can see all that liquidity sitting there at the hundreds, holding us down there. Got to get squeezing here. She's trying, but having trouble. Take out that liquidity there at the hundreds and then go to the 105s possible. 98s there. And the VWAP holding us down. And no move. The chop is real here. MACD is bullish here on the 1 minute chart right now, but what does that really mean? 3 minute chart getting tight here. If we can get this break below this trend line right here, I think we can start selling down. Just no move right now. Just absolutely going sideways right now. Oh, man. Gotta love it. Basically on the book map right now, we just got that battle going on between the 90s and the 100s here. Just the chop city. We can start selling through here. The NASDAQ kind of holding up, bouncing back on the 15-minute chart right now, but the ES at the lows here through the 90s now. Will they start to sell it down? And back up. Through the 90s now, down there to the 88s here on the ES. Got that support kind of 86 level through the 86s here. The SPY's got a pivot down there at the 405.90s. The SPY breaking to the downside out of that triangle right now. And again, yeah, the NASDAQ still kind of sitting up in the middle of that range there on that 15-minute candle. But here we go. Dipping down there through the 90s, now down to the 85s. Let's go. All right. Looking for this move through the 80s, possibly. I want to test that 70, 75 level. from that overnight low would be a good target here, I think. 75s, if we can get down there. Right now on the book map, you can see that liquidity sitting there. We test 75s here would be kind of a good target here. I'm gonna try to chop it back up. Sell it down, baby. Let's go. 75s. Looking for 75s here. '80s there now, 82s. Looking good, baby. Come on. Looking good. Get through this 80 level down there to the 75s. I'm letting this thing ride. I'm letting this go, baby. Through the 80s here. Currently short there. There it goes through the 78s now. Can we get down there to the 76s? Come on, baby. I'll take my fill at 76 here just to lock it down from the 93s. Not going to be greedy. Actually, I'm going to move it down. Just, got filled. There we go. Getting filled. Not bad. Not bad. Like I said, looking for that 75 level. And there's the move we were looking for. Beautiful trade there. I like to make the money. The money, money. So we bounced off the lows now. Where do we go next? We keep selling through here, possible. think we can move down there to the 70s next here. She's just dumping right now through the 75. See if we could just move down there to the 70s next. Maybe 70, yeah, 70s. They're on the book map right now. If we get through the 75s here. Trying to eat through 74s. We got that next pivot point all the way down there at the 50s on the ES here. '51 pivot. Market is dumping, looking very similar to that move on Tuesday right now. Remember on Tuesday we saw that, like, it starts dumping and it's just like you didn't think it was going to keep going. It just kept going and going here. So let's see where she goes. 74 the low so far. That next pivot, like I said, down there at the 70s. We got that there's another lever. Previous week low is here at that 68.75 on the ES. So previous week low there. For right now at this low, I think the low from the overnight was 75s here. So we get through 75s, we'll probably move down there 68 and then possibly that pivot down there at the 50s if we just keep going through here. See if they're going to lose that 74 area. If you guys haven't hit that like button, help me out. We got 286 likes. What the fuck is going on? God. Right now, holding up here at the 75s for now. We'll squeeze back up there. Violent. Look at that squeeze off the lows. Holy guacamole. What the fuck? Well, that was wild. Getting some volatility there, baby. We bounced right off those lows from that kind of overnight level. Still looking weak here. I think that was just a little squeeze back up there. Looking here at the SPY right now. We got that pivot point on the SPY at the 405.90s. That next pivot is 403.79 down there. And now back down. They just squeezed all those shorts that were shorting at the bottom. Everyone tried to cover at the same time. Both the NASDAQ and the ES trying to hold on here. Got the VWAP all the way up there at the 94s now. Uh-oh. Look at this squeeze back right now. Oh my gosh. We're going back to the VWAP. VWAP up the 94s. That was pretty aggressive bounce back there off the lows. They're just taking no prisoners right now. Getting all the shorts. They're like, hey, we're getting squeezy. We're gonna squeeze you guys. Let's see if we get through this 85, go to the 90s next. Right up there, push to the 85s. You gotta get through 86s actually. 86s needs to push through to get pushed to the 90s now. We're back above the 21 EMA there on the 1 minute chart right now. The MACD just curled up. If they can push this over 85, 86s and then try to get there towards the 90s, that VWAP would be a target there. You can see 86s right now holding us down, but then that VWAP right there at the 94s. And there we go through the 86s now. Do we push to the 90s? I'm thinking we might go to the 90s here. This is a pretty convincing bounce back here off the lows. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty big move back up there. Aggressive as well. They took no prisoners there. Everybody was just everyone was too bearish, I guess. Try to push through that 86, 87 level. We're getting stuck there, pulling back. 84s, 82s on the book map, support there. Need to squeeze it more. Don't want those shorts getting too aggressive again. Holding at the 21 right now. Get this pushed up there in the 90s. And getting stuck there, 86s, through the 86s. So we go to the 90s here. On the book map, you can see that 90 level sitting up there. And getting stuck there at the 86s. Looking like a little bull flag right here. I need this breakout, get that PW set up here. Must be some news or something going on right now. Pretty wild move back up there. I mean, it's not really like a perfect PW setup there, Rachel, but just kind of was like looking for that possible breakout, but there is going lower again. So all we had to do was wait for that breakout of that trend line to get long, but obviously not getting long, by the way. No point in getting long when we're pulling back like that until we get the breakout at this point. We are below VWAP here. Market pulled back there to the 80s again. The NASDAQ getting denied pretty hard, actually. ES looking a little bit better on the 15-minute chart here. I'd say if we break 80 strong here, probably test that low again. 75 on the book map right now. Kind of holding up there at 80s. Are they going to put in a higher low or a lower high? That's the question right now. We're at that fine line. Are we going to go lower high or higher low? Or, well, reversal back up here. Right now, holding there at the 80s. That key level right now, 80 area. That was kind of like resistance here earlier. Now turning into support. Will they get this breakout and push it back up? Back above the 20. Try to get back above that 21. VWAP still at 93 right now. Say if we get above 86s again, we go to the go to that VWAP. Liquidity there at the 86s still. Getting stuck at that trend line. Still stuck at that trend line. Watching this 80 level here. If we break below 77, we'll get a sell signal here on the Lux Algo trend line break, but still holding up there at the 80s right now. Kind of a double bottom there off the 80s now. Will they start to squeeze it up? MACD bullish right now, trying to push back up there. VWAP in sights. That last 15-minute candle high was 87, so need to get above that 87 level here. Just chopping here at the 80s right now. They're trying to figure out if they're going to push it back up or sell it back down. Getting tight, breaking out there. Got to get above 86s for the bulls, 87s. Try to get that push to the VWAP next. They can get over that 87 level. I don't see how we don't go to that VWAP 92s. The chop is real. Three-minute chart looking a little bit better here, but still that fine line here between the 80s and 87s here. We just lose this 79.80 support. We'll test that low of day again. We're like right here in the middle of the price action, either going to go up or down here, obviously, but we're hitting that trend line still pretty hard from the overnight action on the 15-minute chart. You see here on the SPY as well, hitting that pivot point right there. We got opposing fair value gaps as well on the 5-minute chart there. So the SPY being held down right now with that pivot point there on the 5-minute chart, but still holding 80s. Now we're stuck between 80 and 82. Classic. And we're just stuck at 80 now. Why? Getting tighter and tighter here. Looking more like it wants to pop. This holding that 80 area is strong right now. And here I think it's going to pop. Let's see. Got to get through that 87s. Tried to break out. And denied again. 84s. Now we're just stuck. Wow. What was that now? Like 30 minutes of just sitting here at the 80s. Yippee! They are not wanting to let that 80 area go. If we lose that 80, I think we'll start selling hard, but they just are stepping in there over and over. Getting more sellers now coming in here. And still holding up there at the 80s. Yee. Oh. Is it finally gonna go here? Oh my, look how tight this thing's getting. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. We can just push through that 87 level. And back up there to the 84 is stuck again. Wow. Oh my God. What in the world is this? And now we're dumping again. Wow. Down there to the low 73s. See this breakthrough 73. See if we get this move down. This thing is looking dumpy right now. Finally. Dumping it down here. I think at this rate, we could see that pivot point sooner than later. 68. The previous week low. The pivot point on the ES down there at the 51s here. 70 on the book map right now, heavy. Get through that 70 level, move down there 65s again. Well, not again, but move to 65. Okay. Okay. We got to break 65. Let's go to that pivot point. 51 pivot point down there. We bounced off that previous week low at the 68s on the dot, basically. Whole. No way. No way. Are you kidding me? What in the fuck is happening right now? What is this price action? I don't even know. I don't even know. What is happening right now? How is this? I don't even, how is that possible? How did we just go up 10 points in 1 second? This shit's cray. Am I the only one that's amazed right now at this? Or is it just me? Someone must be tweeting or doing something. Someone's talking about somebody's doing something. Somebody is doing something. That was wild. From the 68s right up there to the 80s. Literally, we had a 500 tick chart candle go from the 76s to the 79s, which is like pretty amazing for the ES. Only took 500 transactions to move. Market getting stuck there at the 21 EMA again. The ES moving like the NASDAQ right now. Big iceberg buyer right now on the book map showing up there. Here at the 70 area. A lot of liquidity sitting there at the 70s. Look at that iceberger. Someone's absorbing it. 1,000 contracts just got traded right there. Look at the icebergers. This is wild. Overall, still bearish, still moving down here on the 15-minute chart, down there through the lows again. But be careful. I'm staying out of this. I don't really know what to do here. Like I want to short it, and then it does this right here where it pops up 10 handles. Good day to lose money right now. Pushing back up off the 70, 68s again, 65 level. Lots of volatility. Be careful, my friends. Stay alive. If you guys want to learn more about Topstep, you want to start trading futures, there's a link in the chat box, link in the description. You get 20% off if you want to learn more. You can start trading three accounts, express funded accounts. If you want to learn more about all that fun stuff, well, you know where to go. Check it out. And market back down there to the 65s again. I like that idea going to the 50s possible. But this thing is wild right now. The ES, the NASDAQ, both dumping right now at the lows here. You can see the NASDAQ getting stuck there at that fair value gap and down there to the 13,000s. So high. So. And the market still just shopping around here. If you guys haven't hit that like button, help me out. Blow up that like button here, baby. Let's go. We got 500 likes here on the stream. We got to get, come on. Where's the love at from the people out there? Got some icebergers going on here. Some funky stuff. Got the NASDAQ down there, the 13,000s bouncing back up right now. Overall market moving down there, 65s now, low on the ES here. Not much liquidity to the upside. They're holding it right now. They're at the 65s again. A 1,000 contracts traded right there. Look at that. 1,100. Almost 1,200 contracts traded here at the 65s now. The iceberg sitting there. Are we going down there to the 50s? That pivot point at the 51s. Market once again trying to push back up here. The dollar is selling off right now. We're below that pivot point on the NASDAQ at the 13,015 area right now, but kind of pushing back up into it. See that pivot point right there. You guys haven't already hit that like button. Come on. 587 likes right now. Let's go for at least 600 likes. It's free to like, by the way. By me. Got the 21 EMA on the 3-minute chart up there at the 76s here on the ES. See what happens here. For anyone knows I like to see a push back up to that 21 EMA on the 3-minute chart. And once again, getting tight there at the 65s. And there's that pushback up there. We still got some little bit more room to go on the 3-minute chart to that 76 level here, that 21 EMA. Right now, I'm trying to push up there. That little blue line is what we're looking at there. A little blue line. Possibly go to the 80s here. And trying to push back up there, 73, 74 level resistance, and then get up there, possibly try to push to the 80, 76 is that 21 EMA there. It's funny, I literally just talked about that idea. Look at us now, where we're at. Funny, the dollar popped up and the ES, the NASDAQ, both popped up same time here. The dollar bills. We pushed up pretty close to that 21 EMA, pulled back now. Momentum still heavy right here. That pivot point on the ES down there at the 50s. That 15-minute candle right now on the ES not looking too hot for the bulls. They lose that low of day. I think we go into the 50s next. 63 low of day right now. Where did you go? Where did you? 51.25 is that pivot down there. So do we move there? Where did you go? Where did... There's some support back in March at this level here. And I rip back up here, test that 21 again on the 3-minute chart. What a time to be alive here. Kind of looking like it wants to maybe go sideways here for a little bit again, and then maybe make another leg down. The SPY bouncing off of that pivot point 403.79 now. So the SPY at that pivot point there. SPY breaking to the downside here. Out of the open. On the 5-minute chart there. The next pivot on the SPY is down there, 399.80. 399.80 here. Oh my gosh. Wow. A 10-point move in a matter of seconds. That's insane. Up to the VWAP. Trying to get to the VWAP there. VWAP at the 85s now. That was a wild move right there. Very rarely do you see a move like that on the ES here when there's no news. Oh my God. Right now, the ES hitting that trend line, that 15-minute trend line, as it pushed back up, got denied once again. So is this the craziest price action I've seen in a long time? Oh, I think so. It's a really hard day to manage the risk right now. And it's like, what are you going to do here? The SPY once again getting stuck there at that pivot point at the 405.87s and selling back down again. I don't know. I might just walk away. It's just looking. Maybe try to come back later this afternoon. Maybe this stuff will calm down a little bit. This is just too much. Too risky. Every trade is like either going to get lucky, you're going to catch the right pop, or you're going to get just fucked. I mean, it's moving so quick right now. I don't like it. I don't like it. Where do we go? Where do we go? And back down again. 72s. Where do we go? Oh. Trying to figure out like what to do here. What do I want to do? Watching this price action right now is just insane. Look at the 3-minute chart here on the SPY right now. If you guys haven't hit that like button, we need 30, just 24 more likes to get 700 likes here on the stream. Help me out. Buyers coming in here, trying to push it back up. The SPY 406 pivot point there. The ES back. We get back above that VWAP. Things get interesting, I would say. We'll see. They're like squeezing it back up right now. Yeah, I don't know. If we can crack this little 3-minute trend here, possibly move down, but it's a real crapshoot right now. Dollar going straight up. Ah. I don't know. I think I might walk away. Let it be. Come back another day. Or come back later or something. I don't know. This is absolutely insane right now. Back down there to the 70s again. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to risk it. It's just like, problem is if you get short right here, then it fucking squeezes to 90. If you get long right here, then it fucking cracks to 50. So it's like, just stay out of it. It's not what we want. It's volatile, but it's just not volatile in the right way. It's like every time you think it's gonna make a move, it does the exact opposite, but it rips. Like, it's a good day to blow up your account. I would try to like to avoid that. I mean, it would, this would, on a normal day when the market's not moving 10 points in a matter of seconds, I would say that this, if we break below this trend line, that would be the short entry. But like I said, the problem is if you short right here, then it fucking rips up there again. So just the risk reward is not there right now. But technically this would be kind of the short entry, that break to the downside here. MACD is still bullish, but it's starting to curl, starting to lose momentum to the upside. But there, like, see, it's just like, it's too much. Too much here. Still holding up there at the 71s right now. See, like that's exactly what I don't want to do. Is short this thing and then it rips up 10 points. Like right there. So I'm just going to walk away. Let it be. I'll come back maybe later, but right now no point in getting all insane on this move here. So I'll let it be for now. I'll come back later. I'll leave the book map open for you guys for a little bit, couple hours or whatever. I'm gonna go grab some lunch, protect my profits from earlier instead of trying to gamble on this. If I wanted to gamble, I just go to fucking Vegas. You'd have better odds in Vegas today than trading this right now. So I'll leave the book map open. I think Sage, he'll be around. Too dangerous. Too dangerous. Oh, man. Ugh, I'm just gonna walk. See, because now it's like, just like tempting me to want to short here, and then I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna short right here at the 71s, and then it's gonna rip to the VWAP. I think the best short entry would be if we push up to the VWAP again, then get denied and roll off. But right now, it's just, it's too much. Too much risk. I just don't want one of these candles. I don't want to go from 68 to 81. That's going to blow up your account really quick. And look at it. See, it's still holding there at the 70s right now. I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't want to, for reals. You can do it all you want. I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it. I like making easy money, not the kind of money where I have to fucking have a heart attack. I wouldn't be surprised if we sell down to the 50s today, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we rip to the 4100s. So that right there tells me that it's not a good time to trade it. If I have no confidence in the move down and no confidence on the move up, Just chopping right here at the 70s now. See, like right there, pops up. Not worth it. It's gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk away. I'm like sitting here staring at it. The longer I look at it, the more I'm gonna convince myself to do something stupid like short right here, and then as soon as I short, it's gonna rip up to the 90s. So better better to stay alive than blow up. And there's that. See, like right there, already ripping back up. I'm out. I'm done. I'm over it. I'll leave the book map open for you guys. See, right there. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Because the problem is it's gonna like rip back up, and then it's gonna end up crashing again, and like it's not worth it. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Fresh Cash Friday. Hopefully get some better price action tomorrow. This is just scary price action. That's all this is. Just scary. Scary, scary stuff. Scary stuff. Oh. Oh, man. The hardest thing is walking away. Like, literally, it's the hardest thing about trading. It's knowing when to walk away. I'd have so much more money if I just knew when to walk away. Like, I wouldn't be a millionaire, but I'd have a lot more money if I just knew when to walk away. And right now is one of those moments where I should just be like, hey, we made money. It was easy. Don't go do something stupid now. Look at it. There's that exactly what I was worried about happening. Ripping. Just absolutely ripping up there to the VWAP now. Absolutely ripping. So I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want none of that. I mean, making $1 million in a year does not make you a millionaire, Bruce. You got to make $2 million to be a millionaire. But I mean, making $100,000 a month does not make you a millionaire. Trust me, I know. And market ripping back up from the 70s to the 80s. Now what happens? Fuck this. Look at this insanity. Wow. Wow. Did I fuck me, man. Now it's like, do I do something here? Do I don't do something here? I don't even know. Why am I still here? Fucking walk away, you idiot. Like, is that gonna be a huge fake out right here and we're gonna fucking crash back down? Or is this thing gonna start ripping to the upside? The fuck? I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't like it. I'm gonna walk away. Fuck it.